This collective right now is being viewed as the one that got away. Okay? I feel like someone has finally been doing some emotional processing, has finally been doing some introspection, some shadow work, and they're realizing the grass wasn't greener. They're realizing that the options were not better. And I feel like there is this, I'm hearing impending doom. Oof. Impending doom at the hard realization that you were, in fact, the one that got away. And yeah, the Page of Swords, I just realized, was not a part of the deck. I feel like this person could be trying to come in with communication, but at the end of the day, this feels like very defensive. This feels very reactive. It feels impulsive. Again, it's kind of just like a foot in the mouth, like not really thinking before you start to speak, because I do feel like this person they've lost access to you. And maybe they thought that you were going to sway and you were going to allow them back in, or you were going to, who knows what the hell. But I think this person is, again, the impending doom that you are, in fact, standing on your boundaries. You are, in fact, not crawling back to them. You're doing fine without them. I feel like there's a conversation that's about to happen, but I really do feel like it is out of a sense of desperation. Ace of Wands. This person, too, this definitely feels like a romantic interest. I feel like part of it is, they have a lot of feelings towards you, but it feels very sexual, I'm not gonna lie, okay? And yeah, the Hermit and the Queen of Swords, you were honest with this person. They're coming out as the Page of Swords, but you're coming out as the Queen of Swords. Like, you're coming across as cutthroat. You're coming across as someone who's being brutally honest. You know what you want. You know what you're standing in. And I feel like, again, the defensive versus the victory pose and just the way that they're holding those swords, right? You're standing in your victory, literally the Six of Wands here at the top of the deck. And this person has been, again, having some very bitter pills to swallow, some very hard realizations of realizing how impactful you were. And again, your energy, your presence, your aura is not replicatable. So I'm hearing another one of me, like there's not many like you, if there's any at all. And so this person has to realize that, not only did they lose access to you, they kind of lost access to a whole demographic, a whole kind of persona, a whole structure, because you are in and of itself a rare person. And so that uniqueness is lost when you're lost. Yeah, let's see what else the spirit has to say in regards to this message. What else with the one that got away? The Tower and the reversal. And I just heard avoiding accountability. I feel like this person, again, for a really long time, they tried to, again, pretend that the grass was greener. They tried to pretend that you weren't a bigger deal in their life than you actually were. But the universe is forcing different things to kind of transpire in this person's life because, again, you were never supposed to be treated as such. You're a divine goddess, and you were never supposed to be treated like trash. You were never supposed to be treated like day-old bread, is what I just heard. And this person's realizing not only, the effects of losing you, but the effects of treating you in the ways that you were not supposed to be treated. And bro, the Ten of Wands was the card on the floor and the Nine of Wands was sitting at the top of the deck. This person's in deep, deep regret. They're in deep denial. They're in deep pain. You not only were there to be a support system, to be a guiding light, I really do feel like you provided so many additional resources, so much things like behind the scenes. Like, I'm hearing all of the little things that you did really added up. And I feel like this person, once you were removed, they really felt the weight of your absence, the weight of you not being there to take load of certain responsibility or weight of the certain connection. And this person they're hurting real bad. And I feel like it's also too the karma that has been bestowed upon this person, and that's been accumulating over time because you are a divine one, you are a chosen one. And when people intentionally or unintentionally choose to hurt people of that caliber and that nature, again, whether it was ill-intended or not, your spirit team, your ancestors, your guides, they do not play about you. And so anyone who is trying to slip a fast one on you or not be there for you genuinely, like, they have a very, very hard price to pay for that. And your spirit team is not letting them up. So I really do feel like, yeah, this connection is closed. This isn't someone that you're letting in anymore. And, let them have that introspection and the thought process. But just know, if they've been pulling on you or they've been coming to your mind's eye, they're finally having their realizations about you, but it is too little too late.